Just lazy that she repeated 12th grade 3 times. 3 years, I'm having a heart attack here. Brianna. شنها برياني. I look.
Wait. Last time I lost a finger. You bite. Hello, guys. Welcome to our second episode. And today we're gonna talk about.
Education and career.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So, Aya, tell me, what did you study?
So I finished the high school and went to accounting college.
Nice.
This is what I had for a bachelor degree. And then I went for the master's as well, finance and auditing specialized. Uh, it was good. I didn't choose it myself, to be honest. I wasn't thinking about this field at all, but 12 grades average, what took me there. Even though it wasn't that little, actually, it was 83 point something. But for the future purposes, I went with that field because يعني mashallah we are seeing a lot nowadays, like it's our field that it's going one of the best fields in the market, thankfully for that. So yeah, that what I studied for.
So, tell me, what was your struggle back then?
Okay, so look, in high school, I didn't face that much struggles, but I loved it. I feel like high school was one of the best times ever that I was studying in. But then in college here, I faced something. It was very tough for me. Like the first 2 years, it was very tough because I had the language barrier.
Oh, yeah.
It was the first time for me ever to be facing the society, the Kurdish society, in person. And at my time, there were so many people that didn't know Arabic.
True.
So there wasn't any way to communicate, and that was really hard, even though the lectures were in English mostly. But the explanation will still be in Kurdish and your colleagues and everyone you know. So you'd be like lonely with around 200 students. None of them knows Arabic, or at least very little. That was really hard to me,
True.
you know? But then, alhamdulillah, I got over it.
That's
I,
good.
I got over the language barrier to the level that I was helping my other friends with the translating the English and Arabic lectures into Kurdish.
Wow.
Yes, yes, that was like
I I had the same trouble.
really
تقريبا.
okay.
Back then I was working. I told you,
Mm-hmm.
career comes before
Yeah,
education
I
for
know.
me.
I know.
So I started to work with a company, and I had no clue about Arabic language, like specifically in Iraqi language. I could
Mm-hmm.
talk in Fusha.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
had
formal
no,
one.
yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
formal one, but they were making fun of me.
Of course.
They were making fun of me because that was the only thing I knew about Arabic.
Yeah.
So I started to learn. It took me almost 2 months, 3 months ish.
Mm-hmm.
I could speak Arabic very fluently. I don't
That's
know how.
good.
I have no clue. The people with me around
Mm-hmm.
me, they were original Iraqi. Iraqi
Okay.
Jilfi.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, I know, I get you.
So I had no Kurdish for almost a year.
Wow.
Yeah, no Kurdish. I swear to God, when I was going back home
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking to my parents, I was like, "Eh, we're like, what? I'm speaking in Arabic with my parents? What is wrong with me?" You know, it's just um, it changed your pattern.
Of course.
Yeah,
Language is like knowing another language is like knowing someone else. It's like two Darwins, not
becoming
one
yeah,
Darwin.
becoming
Becoming two
someone
person.
else.
Okay.
So
That was good actually because it took me 2 years and
yeah,
still تقريبا I'm not that fluent.
Yeah,
you know? Okay, I'm good
but you're
in
so good.
Kurdish. Not that fluent,
Mm.
not like your Arabic, for example.
Really?
But you start earlier, I think. You start
Yeah,
by the
yeah. It
age
was
of what?
2016.
2016
2016.
you were how old you
I
were?
have no clue.
You have no clue. Okay.
Yeah. When did you start?
You were around 18.
Yes.
You were
Yes,
around
that's
18.
true.
I started, I think, by the age of 20 to get
Oh,
better.
that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Because it was
Only
like
2 years difference.
uh, after 2 years of college.
True.
Mm. Anyway, so that was my first barrier.
Yeah.
The second one, it was about me coming from private high school to governmental college.
Oof.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, like
I
saying this sentence alone will explain a lot, and so many people could relate to this story
I agree.
because all my friends were تقريبا having the same struggles. We were all graduating from Nilofer High School
True.
and then going to governmental college. The governmental colleges are amazing, nothing to say about that. But the mentality of the people around you is so much different. And the level of education is so much different. Like, for example, in high school, we had programming as a computer lesson. Okay?
Yeah.
In college, we were we were taught the basics only, so
True.
it was a bit a shock to me that okay, I had a programming last year or
Yeah,
2 years ago.
they studied programming languages,
Yes,
HTML and CSS and JavaScript. Imagine.
not that much, but yes, it was about
But you started with the sim.
preparing a website. Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Come on.
Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
all what is it
I
about?
know. For a certain of time, I was really studying programming for myself, like on my personal time.
See, we had mutual path, but
We
she chose finance. It wasn't her fault.
what's wrong with finance? No, no, sorry. Now I'm a big fan of it. I like it.
No, actually, I feel like it's it's a very suitable thing for you.
Right?
It suits you
It suits
because
me.
you know how to master it.
Yes,
That's
yes,
the thing.
yes. And
When
I like to be bossy, and finance makes you bossy on
especially
everyone.
especially when you're auditor, you'd be like too
Yeah,
obsessed and very OCD to
yeah.
the point you will be checking and investigating everything.
Guys, I have a surprise for you coming very soon. I'm not gonna say it now.
Later.
Yeah, coming soon. So
Okay.
yeah, that was my second struggle with the studying. But all of it shaped me to become a very independent person and responsible of what I have and what I'm gonna do for the future. You know.
Yeah,
But now I really want to hear your story because yours is totally different. I know you started like career and then education,
true.
and you're genius. And I'm not saying this just for the camera or something, because I know it's very hard to study something and then you go and work something totally different that you need a background of studying. How did you do that?
Thank you so much for that, actually.
Of
Uh,
course, you deserve it. Wallahi, you deserve it.
Thank you. Uh, to be honest, I started to work when I was 16 or 17-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I started with transporting newspaper blocks
Mm-hmm.
from manufacturer to the company, from the print house to the company.
Okay.
So I was not that interested back then into studying. I always loved more practical,
Mm-hmm. I get you.
lifestyle. It was different for me. I love to, explore and go from check this and try this.
That age, yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
especially in that age.
Mm.
So I started to work and I changed multiple different type of
Jobs.
jobs.
Yeah.
I worked in newspaper transportation and in mobile maintenance.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 months in there and 4 months as a barista and waiter and
Mm-hmm.
cashier. they all taught me different things, and they made me to meet very different mindset and different people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's very, I don't know how, but it feels good because
I have the phrase for that, but complete your story, please. I
tell me,
have it in my head.
what is
It's
it?
like you were made to run a place. Like you could be the owner of a project or a place because you went through the whole parts of the work.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah.
so they shaped you to become an owner for somewhere, for a place.
So what you mean is that I understand different
Yes.
mentality. Yeah, yeah. That
Yes, different levels of employees, of management and everything.
I even experienced management
I
as
know.
well.
Please go ahead, complete.
After all these different type of jobs, it was very far from software engineering.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I started was, I mean, after this, it was software. It was site technician.
Mm-hmm.
Site technician. It was a very hard work,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a good one.
I've heard that you completed تقريبا 80-90% of Erbil.
Oh yeah, about that.
Yeah.
It was the site operation.
Mm-hmm.
I was manager for the 80% of Erbil, the internet
For the
cabinets.
cabinets?
Yes,
Wow.
the internet cabinets. I did it 80%, but I wasn't alone. I had
Your
my
team.
friends. Yeah, my team.
Uh-huh.
They were my yeah, they were working with me.
Okay.
Uh, because some
You will
people
all
some
I
people would say they were working under
No, no,
my
no, 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 no,
management,
no,
but
no, no,
I
no.
really don't like that.
No, no, we don't believe in that.
Yeah,
We believe in teams.
exactly. I was never thinking of sitting and giving orders, and you know, I was
Being manager is different than being a leader, and you were a leader, from what I get.
a good leader or a good manager doesn't choose to be a manager.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't like choosing this thing to do. They are doing it from lack of resources or
Mm-hmm.
from lack of management.
Mm-hmm.
They have to do it because there's no one else to do it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, this is what happened back then to that I learned from,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. So yeah, and after that, um, I started to study.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I started to study business management administration,
Mm-hmm.
diploma, 2 years. I finished. Oh, by the way, I
Mm-hmm.
finished sixth grade, 3 years long.
It's okay. It's in the past. What did you do next after the business? After you studied business?
Yeah,
How did you do that transformation? I'm really curious about that
okay.
part.
The moment I started with software development,
Mm-hmm.
I also started with business management.
Oh, so they were at the same time.
Same time,
Okay.
it was two, like, night shift and morning shift.
Oh my God. Very
Morning,
interesting.
I was working in morning shift,
Mm-hmm.
and I was studying at night shift, and it was very busy year, but it was very good, to be honest.
Mm.
I learned a lot of things. I learned how to be patient
Mm.
because when you study and work, you
Mm-hmm.
have two different type of
I
stress.
know. I know.
So when you are able to understand this type of stress, both of them at the same time, and you will be finding a way to handle both and understand what is going on with you. So you will find a solution, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Once
Mm.
you understand something, you will find a solution for that,
True.
which is um, dedication.
True. Dedication.
Exactly. You will be dedicated so much
Mm-hmm.
if you have the passion. If you don't have the passion, you will never be dedicated.
Mm.
So it took me 2 years to finish studying to
Mm-hmm.
finish BMA,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the struggle, to be honest, that it was two different type of stress, work stress and
Mm-hmm. And the studying.
studying. Yeah, I didn't have much time to study, and also working in software engineering, uh, it it requires you to be available, like, you know, almost 24/7.
I know. I see that.
Yes,
I can relate.
but uh, how it really shaped me, how it really helped me to build this mindset for
Mm-hmm.
myself was to be following the principles. Why?
Okay.
When you start to work without studying, it
Mm-hmm.
also has cons, by the way. It also has its own, you know.
Mm-hmm. I know.
When you study, after you started to work, you will understand that not everything is about trying things. This is what I was.
Mm.
No, there are things with principles.
Mm.
You should always understand and know the principles, at least, even if you don't master at them, but at least just you should
Mm-hmm.
know the basic things.
I know. I know. When did you start doing this self-learning?
After I finished BMA,
Okay.
self-learning, no, it was back then, 2015. I was,
That's why you master it.
yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
So you started studying software engineering before even starting the BMA, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I was
Interesting.
very, I was
You were
very,
very young, by the way, back then.
yes,
That's why you mastered it very well. I think nowadays the schools, they really need to add one more subject or to take off one of the subjects that it's not that necessary and add software or programming because nowadays all the world is going to AI and everything,
yeah,
and our kids, like, they need to learn more about
tech,
programming and text and these things.
true.
Like, it was really nice for me to have that subject back then. I really liked it. I hope that all other children, even in governmental school, to have the chance to go there and just have an idea about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I completely agree with you. Um,
How did it shape you? All that.
yeah, uh, I, as I said, it made me to follow the principles,
Mm,
you know,
mm,
and follow the base understandings
mm,
about everything.
mm.
It's not just like doing something. No, you should know what you're doing.
Understanding.
Doing something is easy, but knowing what you're doing, it's a bit tricky, you
It's
know?
another level of knowledge,
True. Yeah.
right?
That's why I always encourage people that after they finish uh, their
College.
college, their
Mm,
bachelor, they should work, like they should volunteer,
mm-hmm,
because what about volunteering?
mm,
Once you finished bachelor and you start working with someone or with a startup company, anything,
mm-hmm,
voluntarily, it will give you a different feeling. You know why? Because I had that moment, I had that experience.
mm,
It doesn't let you to complain.
mm,
When you're working and you're getting salary,
mm-hmm,
you're having a salary monthly, you will start to complain about a lot of things, you know?
mm,
But once you're voluntarily working, you don't complain. You just love what you're doing.
mm,
And after volunteering, when you work like a salary based job,
mm-hmm,
in a salary based job, it will be very different.
mm,
You'll be so dedicated to what you're doing and you will never complain, and you will be thinking about how to like improvise at work,
Mm,
because it's not just, it's not just working.
mm,
It's about it's about continuous learning, you
true.
know?
True. It is a continuous learning, by the way. I believe in this. Like, till the moment, I keep studying and reading more and more about everything because this is how it works, you know? This is
Yeah.
how it works. And Darun, why don't you tell me about lessons you learned from work? Like harsh lessons, the lessons that
Hmm.
flipped you, you know?
From work.
From work, yes, because you started work earlier.
Well, patience.
Being patient,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, being patient. Um, and
What else?
having your own voice and self-respect.
Okay,
Yeah, this is what I learned, to be
interesting.
honest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we go through this as well. How do you think education and self worth are linked in our society? I'm talking.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's a deep question, actually.
It is. It is.
Well, as it's very obvious
Mm,
in the society that they always link your brain with what you have studied, or what you with your certificate,
mm.
but why it doesn't go like that?
I know, I know, I know,
It
I
doesn't
know.
go like that. It's always about one thing:
Mm-hmm.
passion. That's it.
Today, we're shooting in end of May, and a lot of like million of students now are getting ready for their 12th grades exams.
True.
Uh, to all the one who have exams, my sister included. uh, don't be afraid of anything. 12th grade is just a step. It's just a gate to another kind of life, you know?
Mm.
Whatever you go with, whatever field you go with, and you choose it, as long as you like it and you're passionate about it, that's it. It doesn't matter because you will be genius with that field and you will do so good. It's all about you being dedicating to the thing that you're doing and keep keep working in it
True.
because it needs discipline, it needs continuously, it needs to be worked on continuously, it needs
Dedication.
dedication. Yeah, it needs a person to be dedicated and self-discipline about the thing that you're doing. So guys, all our hearts with you. You have the full capabilities to go through the exams, and it's just a test. It's nothing. It's not that big thing that the society shows. In the end, if you're an engineer, a doctor, an accountant, a programmer, we all are working in the society and for the society for a better future, and we're all contributing within that.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
We have to have this kind of sense that we are serving the community,
we are. We are.
because to be honest, as much as you're introvert,
Mm.
you're always contributing,
You are contributing in a way or another.
because look, you are building the future.
Mm.
Okay, the old generation, specifically zillennials and millennials, we're almost done. But it's your time. you
Yes.
you guys, um, you are the future of the community and for the world, to be honest, because when you have a very, how can I say this, disciplined society,
Mm-hmm.
the world will change. Believe me. I know you might think like,
Mm.
what can I do? What can I change alone? You change a lot of things. Believe me. You matter very much.
As Ayun says, change begins within.
Exactly. When you
It
want to
has to be
change,
this way.
exactly.
You
When you
have to
want,
start with yourself,
yeah,
right? And when you want to change, sorry, I keep interrupting.
it's okay. When you want to change, when you want a change from the outer world, uh, you you have to start within yourself.
Yeah,
This is the key.
sure. Darun,
Mhm.
why you're not asking me about my work and my work
It's
lessons?
all in here, but
It's all
forgot.
mentioned there, but he's not asking me.
I forgot.
So, I will tell them a little bit about my career.
Okay.
Guys, I graduated and I was eager to start working even before I finished my college. But my parents, they were pushing me to have a very good average at the college so I can apply for the master later on.
True.
So yeah, they were pushing me that way. So they were not accepting the option of working and studying together. I was wishing that I could work. Unfortunately, I couldn't. All good. It was meant to happen. I don't know. Anyway, so when I first graduated, I was a bit lost. I wanted to work so eagerly, but uh, unfortunately, back then at that time, I couldn't find an option or an opportunity with my own field. So I went with the first chance that I got, and it was sales and pricing. It was very different from me. It's not my personality. It's not me. And thankfully, the good thing about that was that I don't uh, have to interact with people directly. It was all through emails and documents.
Yeah.
And that gave me a very good experience about how to be a little bit more organized. I was working on myself back then.
That's a good thing, to be honest, because
Yeah.
sales, people think about it and they are scared of it. But
Mm.
even me, myself,
I know, I know.
I hate it.
I hate it too.
But believe me, guys, it's the best thing to learn. Even you shouldn't be very good at it, but
Mm.
you should learn how to sell.
Yeah.
Believe me, you should learn how to sell, even if you're, I don't know, even if you're selling
A
خيار
pen?
وطماطة. I swear to God, it's not just that. It's sales teaches you how to talk, teaches you how to
Sure.
speak with people and interact very, and how to get the attention of people's attention. You know that.
I know. I get you. I
It's
get you.
very
But back
tricky.
then, I didn't have that mentality, to be honest.
Mm.
Anyway, I worked in that field, and I think a year after, I got accepted in master. So I had to leave. But I was still, by the way, I had that experience of working and studying at the same time.
Yeah.
But it was a part time work. Anyway, I came back after that to Erbil and I continued working. And subhanallah, the first opportunity I got, it was also sales, but different direction, different,
Always
yeah,
following you.
different field. It was before it was IT equipment, and then after that it was logistic companies. It was for logistic and transportation and these things. Then lucky me, lucky me after searching so hard just to go and work in my field. يعني معقول نية. I had my bachelor and I had the master's and I still work in something else. I was really pissed off. I was really pissed off of that. So then thankfully, I went to my field. That was a shift for me. And I was in love with it from that second. Like 2 years and 2 months ago
Oh,
till this moment.
nice.
Yes, I started with Mine's advisory group. It's an organization, and I wanted to go the organization specifically, not companies even.
Hmm.
So Mag's work was all about cleaning all Iraq areas from mines. Okay, that were buried years ago, and they've done a really great job till the moment. And I wish them all the luck. I had a lot of knowledge and experience from this place. They built me, Darun. They built me
Yeah.
so good. I became a very responsible person, very dedicated, very organized and oriented. To be honest, knowing more and more about my field. Okay, I had the knowledge, academically. But when I was working with them, like every day I was learning something new. I was having the experience and I was in love with it. I was passionate about being a finance,
Yeah.
you know? I loved that journey and the lessons that I got from that work and all the works even in before. But I feel like Mag shaped me the most, you know?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Uh, Mag taught me that Mag and work, let's say, they all taught me to be very professional at the place of work. Uh, do not make friends at work, guys. Don't. It's like he or she is your colleague and you have a very professional relation of work because people will mix personal life with work decisions and they might get mad at you or upset. You're my friend, you didn't do me that work, blah, blah, blah. You get me? So I learned lately not to mix and not to have so many friends at work environment because it will affect your work somehow. It's like
I
maybe you hear a word from your manager.
I think you mean by not having friends is like not to be close too personally.
Yes,
Yeah,
that you're gonna mix the work and the personal moments.
you can't control that because
Yes.
we are human beings. We are
Yeah, yeah,
social
and
people.
we are here in Iraq in the end, and in Iraq society, if yeah, عمك خالك, the work is like ruined, خلاص.
True.
You know,
Yeah, that's true.
it's totally ruined. So you need to keep it a little bit more professional, so you can control your decisions at work, and no one would be like, no, you're my friend, do me this, do me that. This is the thing.
I can agree on
Yeah.
that.
And the other second lesson that took me so long to understand,
Yeah.
you were with me in the journey and you know this. That lesson was very hard. You don't know?
I'm trying to remember which one are you talking about exactly?
I'm telling you now. That lesson was not to trust whatever other colleague is telling you.
You should believe in your instincts.
I know, and you should not believe whatever you hear. Whatever you hear could be a lie, could be a made up story, could be just a story told from a side that wants to harm you.
True.
Yes.
Well, I also believe in something else. At work, the only, or let's say the most thing that you can depend on,
Mm,
I know I just said it, following your instincts is the best thing.
true.
But sometimes it requires from you very much.
Mm-hmm.
You should follow the data that you're having. You should analyze everything.
Sure.
Once you have the data, you will have your answer for the decision.
Yeah, now I get it. Like, you're totally right about all the instincts. Like, guys, you should believe in your guts. خلاص. يعني when there is something here, you should believe in it and not keep listening to people because sometimes when you listen more, you will be brainwashed. And this is exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
I was brainwashed at this age. Imagine, at this age. Like, I'm not shy to say it. I'm 27 years old. But I had struggled with relations, normal relations at work and with friends and stuff, like because I was listening a lot. I was allowing people to brainwash me, unfortunately.
Well,
That was my very harsh lesson this year.
yeah, you should follow your instincts.
True, true, especially if you're someone who's connected to their feelings.
Yeah,
So, yeah, guys, so let's wrap up this episode
yeah,
with something I read this week, and I'm still reading it because I really like it. It's this book, The Mountain Is You, for Brianna Wiest. So, one of the quotes in the book was saying something, and I felt like this quote, and wallahi, I didn't finish the book yet, but I feel like the whole book is made up for Ayun. It's like specifically for Ayun, it was written there. And I got the quote with me because it was really interesting. Then I'm going to read it for you guys. Tamam?
Let's read it.
Yeah, listen. So, Brianna says, your new life is going to cost you your old one. It's going to cost you your comfort zone and your sense of direction. It's going to cost you your relationships and friends. And it's going to cost you being liked and understood. But it doesn't matter because people who are meant for you are going to meet you on the other side, and you are going to build a new comfort zone around the things that actually move you forward. Do you like wow.
You know, it's exactly what happened to us this year and last year.
I
It's
know. Like
so true.
us specifically, like personally, and Ayun itself within these 2 months, wallahi, we had all this.
True. You will you'll face a lot of obstacles, but in the end, nothing matters as much as yourself first,
Mm-hmm.
and then the one or the people that are meant to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you might lose people, you might lose feelings. It's okay.
It's all just wrapping you up and getting you ready for the other stage, for the other level of life.
True.
Because whenever you go to another new level, you will need to leave some things down and behind because they don't serve you anymore for the next level. This is what all coaches talk about, like especially Sumaya Nasser or Leila Kahil.
Yeah, they are
They
life
keep,
coaches.
yeah, they're life coaches and they keep mentioning this, and I see it now. I used to say no, my school friend should stay with me till the moment I die, but it doesn't work this way.
True.
Sometimes it works, I'm not saying it doesn't, but sometimes for other people it doesn't work simply because this person maybe is not living in your state anymore or is going totally different direction from your life and from where you're going to, you know?
You know, I think it aligns with our slogan in Ayun
Mm-hmm.
that change begins within.
True.
It's exactly what it
It
is
is.
about.
It is. It is. It begins within because you need to know yourself and to start changing and working on yourself first and level it up to the other level.
You remember this thing, right?
What?
Yeah, Leila Kahil. Once she said, I think it was, I'm not sure.
Okay.
One of them once said,
They're both one school تقريبا, by the way.
yeah, she is following,
Almost.
yeah.
Yes.
So once one of them said, whatever happens outside is a reflection from the inside.
True. I unfortunately agree with this.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard. That's why, unfortunately, because
true.
it's really difficult. But it's the reality. If you think deep about it, you will notice this.
Yeah, it's all about awareness, being aware of your own feelings, being aware of your own behavior and your, you know,
It's gonna cost you.
yeah,
It's gonna cost you, unfortunately, but it's
and it's
gonna
okay.
cost you, and it's okay. It's okay to cost you because when you pay for something, you will receive it perfectly,
True.
you know? And
I think we got to the end of the episode.
yes, that was all for the second episode.
Thank you so much to stay with us.
Thank you.
We are very thrilled
And
for,
we're very excited
yeah,
for our next episode, and we're very excited for your feedback. Guys, we already received your feedbacks for our first episode, though it was an introduction, but
it built.
we received all the love, all your messages and privates, all your calls,
Yeah, thank you so
all your
much.
supports. Thank you so much. And a really big thank for the owner of this place,
Yes,
Casa di Cafe,
yes,
his childhood friend, Kakrabun,
yes.
and for our amazing
Creative
graphic designer, Jida.
Jida
Thank you
Shpasi.
so much. Uh, They helped us a lot,
Yes, they did.
and we're so happy with what you're done, guys. And you
We
are very supportive.
Yeah, we couldn't start with Ayun without them, to be honest.
I know. They
It was
gave
very
us like a
difficult.
very big support.
We will put their accounts in the
In the link below
description.
in the
Yeah.
description. Yeah.
So I think
I
that's it.
think that's it for today. See you in the next
See you.
episode.
Ciao,
Bye.
adios.